Okay, hello YouTube. This is going to be a short guide and we're going to go through how to modify one of these, a Vepper, from this into this, and we will see differences it makes in terms of recoil. Comes right down, ergonomics is better, and it might not look a lot in these stats, but handling, field and effectiveness, in my opinion, the Vepper can be the best gun in the game. In the right hands, of course, but it's single fire. But this modding guide will work for all of the AK series, and I'll show you how to do it easily. You don't have to go in modding, wait for it to load, select each piece, or what we're going to do. It can be done drag and drop quite simply, so let's put that back in there. And I will put in the comments a list of all the items you need to make this fabulous weapon. So let's go buy some stuff. So I have 8 weapons stored that I want to modify. So I have 3 here that I've already created down to the base parts that you need to leave. And to strip them down, it's very easy. Right click, inspect. Let's move that over there. And you just go through, hold control, you get rid of the hand grip, the stock, the foresight, you leave the dust cover and take off the grip. And there you go. So that one's now ready. Inspect. Easy. Easy. That one doesn't have a dust cover, so I need to remember to buy one, which does make that gun more expensive, but generally it's going to cost $50,000, 50,000 rubles, and about $100 per gun. So for 500,000 rubles you can do 10 guns and $1,000. So I've got all these ready to go. I need one dust cover extra on my shopping list, and that will mean one less rail I need. So first things first, we're going to sell all these things. So there's 11,000 for a start. So I already have 2 PK06, which is going to be my sight of choice for these. You can choose whatever sight you want, but I'm going to be going for those. So I only need 8 of those. And I must remember, for a dust cover, you buy this Zenit BK, B33. So I'll have one of those. That's expensive, so that makes the gun a lot more expensive, but generally it's the best way to get the dust cover you need, but you now don't need a rail for it. So let's start the buying process. So I've already got 2 PK06s, so I will get 8 more of those. And we want 8 of the Hexagon AKM silencers. 10, sorry. That's your biggest expense. There's 10 of those. Now we do the Fore Grip. So I like these Magpul ones, the best for ergonomics and recoil reduction. 10 of those. 10 of those. Which is the M-Lock one, which goes with that MOE. You can buy those in dollars if you're short of rubles, which I'm sort of running out. So now you need the rails. So I've already got one with a rail on, so I only need 9 of these. Tula, 10,000 rails. So I take 9 of those. And this little charge handle, if you inspect, just adds 1 to your ergonomics. I like to buy them. You need an ME adapter for the stock, 10 of those, and 10 of these grips, which are the best grips you can get for the AK, in my opinion. So that's done me about 500,000 rubles in. I'm fairly skint now. The rest of the items you require are for dollars, which will be CST Tube, 10 of those, and I buy these in dollars from PEACEKEEPER because they're cheaper, 10 of those, and of course we need the little rubber butt pad, 10 of those. So we now have everything we need to modify these guns, and it can be done very quickly. And I'm also going to have 2 full setups of modifications ready to just drag and drop onto any Vepers I pick up. But this of course works for the AKM and the AKN. You would just tailor your suppressor to suit. So to modify these guns, dead simple. So drag and drop. So that one's got a silencer, you've done a fore grip, you've put the handguard on, charge handle, it needs a rail for the sight, drag on the sight, and then we put the adapter for the stock, CST tube, MOE Stock, and rubber butt pad. Something's missing, the grip. There we go. And there's your weapon. Up here I already have your magazines ready to go. And that took, what, 20 seconds? And you just go through, do each gun. And what I'll also do is move these 3 into this tri-zip, so I can do them all at once. So they've all got silencers. So I'm basically going to mod 8 weapons all at the same time. This one's got a different gas tube on I was experimenting with. Put that back. There we go. So now they've all got handguards. Now you want rails for your sights. Oops. That was the one with the Zenit already on, so that doesn't need a rail. So they've all got rails. We'll give them all a charge handle. A bit glitchy. Now we'll put the sights on. If you're going to go on a bigger raid, you'll want to put a hammer on, and then the little Leopold edition, so you have long range scope, but it's personal preference. So I'm leaving myself 2 full sets, which I'll show you how to keep in a space saving manner in a sec. So this is dead easy. Instead of going in each one modding, selecting the drop downs. So that should leave me 2 sets of everything. What's going on there? Must be another one of those somewhere. Let's put this down here. Okay, so they're they're all now fully done. I'm going to close this one for now. I'll put the magazines in, make them complete. It's again saving more space in your stash. So we'll close those ones. So I now have this stuff left over, right? Let's put it all down here together. And that takes up quite a bit of space. 28 spaces. So what you can do is inspect, and if you take off your MOE AKM, again just control and left click. We'll just take these out of here so we've got some space in our backpack. If you control and left click on that, that takes that off. Again, on your rail, take that off, it takes off the sight as well. And if you do the same with your MOE Fore adapter, take that off, that's got your CST tube, your rubber butt pad, and your MOE Stock all in one space. So you've got this, and this, which takes up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces into one space. Okay. You can't do anything about the suppressor or the grip or the charge handle because they'll take up the same amount of space anyway. So now I have a handguard, I have a rail with a sight, and I have an adapter with my stock and everything on, ready to go, and it's all in 3 slots in your inventory. So I then put the other items that I require up next to them, and they have enough to do a full gun. So next time you pick up a Vepr or AKM, whatever it is, you can just right click, inspect, and then control left click all the parts off, and then just drag these 5 bits on there. So now I've got this gun, and I can now make another set of these by drag and drop as we did before. I don't need to do the charge handle or the silencer or the grip because I've already got those on there. So I can put the rail, put that on there, your handguard and your hand grip. And again, now I just want to take them off, so take the grip and the handguard in one thing, take the rail and the sight, and take the adapter with all of your stock pieces in there. So again, drag them down here. And I've now got 2 full sets ready to go. So they're going to be spare. That leaves me with these, which is enough to do 1. So that takes up 10 spaces. And we're going to condense that down a little bit and leave it ready to go. There you go. In just a few minutes, we've completely modified 8 lovely weapons, and you can obviously add a laser or a torch or whatever you want to do. If you want to change the color scheme, you can have different colored grips, different colored stocks, etc., etc. I will show you, for those that don't know, if you want to do the bigger raids. I personally prefer the Bravo because you can put a PK06 on the top, but this hammer comes in slightly cheaper and you can use dollars for the whole thing. So for $450 you can get the scope done instead of $515 and $10,000 for your PK06. So we'll buy a hammer, and to go on the top of this hammer you need one of these, which is the Leopold Data Point Reflex Sight. And it goes, and again you can save a little bit of space if you inspect that gun. You need to take off the sight, drag on the hammer, drag in the Leopold, so you've now got your range scope and your short range scope, which you switch between with control right click whilst you're in the game. And I think that's a pretty nice looking rifle. and it performs absolutely brilliantly. The silencer makes it sound hench. And for me, who's a single shot kind of guy, I like to aim. I don't spray and just hold the trigger down and rely on weight of numbers of rounds. It is so accurate, it's unbelievable. And the hollow points really pack a punch. You'll do well to get any of the BP rounds because people seem to just update camp the traders. So that's what I would take out on customs or shoreline, and this is what I take into the factory because you don't need the long range scope really, and you don't want to lose that. So for 50 grand and $1,000 total,